Welcome to Unmasked, a video voyage of all things villain. I'm Fawful's Minion, your alliterating overlord, and this is Bill's Cipher.
And here I thought today couldn't get any better!
Earth's greatest mystery has always hid in plain sight as one stupid question. Is it round? Is it flat? Terra firma confirmed? Chop chop, science guys. I got a geometry final to cheat on. But accounting for our extensive enigmatic intrigue and triangles, think we answered this question a long time ago. From the ghost zone of Bermuda to the Eye of Providence and the resulting shadowy clan of the Illuminati, human imagination already knows which shape is supreme. And from the one called Alex Rochon came a new triangular titan to tower over all others. Introducing
me! Hello, YouTube! It is good to be back!
You never left.
Exactly! That big frilly know-it-all knows a good reincarnation.
Extra-dimensional collab?
Don't mind if we
do! Great to be the literal host of a fellow second-dimensional. Haven't been there in a while. How's it holding?
Pretty hot, Lama Bean! I'm just kidding. Ready to get weird?
Yes, definitely, absolutely. From origin to powers, to drive to feats, which number are you in the gallery of rogues?
I'm on all your $1 bills for a reason, kid. Let's roll, Beanpole. Start that teardown. Do it!
Join us in blue flaming hand. This mask's coming off. Once, ridiculously long ago, existence's most powerful pencil drew lines in 3 and an end, forming their corners of 60 degrees. 4 limbs, 1 hat, and an almighty eye soon emerged, all on their own, birthing reality's doom. The isosceles incubus that sees all. Well over a couple trillion years old, this denizen of the second dimension eventually became its murderer. Pyromane just pissing flames all over this boring animation cell of a realm.
Where'd you think you got it? Crazy's just code for awesome chaos god in my brain.
Yep, Home Sweet Home became sugar-free, and the shape with the audibly lethal birth name fled to the lawless cosmic crawl space known as the Nightmare Realm. From these interdimensional badlands, the deific Dorito chip ruled as its unkillable, unhateable king, searching for the key to his prophetic merging of the savage rift in the highly coveted third dimension, where its favorite prey, humans, rule without care. As his only means of breaking the dimension free, humans became his spiritual trade partners of choice, using his limitation of exclusively metaphysical meetups as a sneaky ace. The evil triangle posed as a muse through their hopeful dreams. Of course, one-eyed Empyrean demons have names that don't kill you too. Socialize, useful human. Am friend, not crazy killer Nintendo button.
Hey, that's copyrighted. Those better be called Bill C buttons.
To engage the mortals, a mortal name had to suit. Thus, mystic locals indigenous to a funny little valley west of Weird soon fell under mental attack by the now infamously self-named Bill Cipher. Year after year, deal after deal, every human who collaborated grew horrified by Bill's true agenda and fought desperately to find a single thing he couldn't match, struggling to the point of abandoning their strange home in colossal terror. Once a weakness was finally discovered some generations later, the demon faced many temporary defeats by informed puppets and was repeatedly delayed in his goal of omnipotence for ages. Up until his fateful encounter with the very smart, very cool, very well animated J.K. Simmons during the tail end of Earth's 20th century. Through Stanford Pines' amazing ingenuity and closeted loneliness, Bill finally saw the progress he sought for eons. A trans-dimensional wormhole. Many a fantastic episode later, his own special apocalypse arrived upon shattering the portal's encapsulated dimensional rift, dubbed Weird Mageddon. Damn dude, You jump from 2D to 3D literally ended the world. You sure your real name's not Castlevania for the N64?
Of course not. People like me.
Ooh, burned this dimension too. I don't think it's much of a stretch to call this an amazing profile. There's lots to admire in the definitive details, but also plenty of vague, cosmic lore to extrapolate and color in the already powerful outline with your own homemade paint. I mean, look at me. That whole pencil bit at the beginning isn't canonical truth. But it sounded like it was. Because the vague bastard truly is a muse out here. Bill gives you so much in such little time that any effort to figure out more yourself is genuinely intense. We really don't know that much about him. Hell, he transcends the mortal concept of pronouns. It's haunting. Just another consciousness dominated by the master of the mind. So how powerful is Bill Cipher? Well, how tasty is pizza? They're the same question, same answer at least. That being... It's like if Majora, Freddy Krueger, and Gygas had an orgy atop a pile of infinity stones in the middle of a Cool Ranch Dorito factory being burned by a blue wildfire, streamed by Claptrap with his own added commentary. Did that sound batshit weird yet compellingly godlike? Then the tone is set. The mark of the Illuminati projects over Gravity Falls in the imposing form of one ridiculously OP sumbitch. Bill is a self-professed dream demon, merging the magical instability of sentient subconscious with the great granddaddy of all villain species, an all-night terror of the endlessly sleeping universe. At his weakest, Cipher watches all with near complete omniscience, studying, plotting against, and masterfully manipulating every subject of interest with a near infinite pool of disturbingly personal information, harvested by every single triangle-shaped thing in existence. This may just be his greatest power of all, as it allows for pinpoint, flawless chess mastering of his enemies' emotions and actions driven by those emotions. Exactly how the Christian devil influences and tempts us from a lengthless distance. That's terrifying. It doesn't help at all that his preferred element is fire. Whoa, wait. Is your real name Degreaser? Have I been using you all this time?
Yeah, you using me.
Huh. Well, he's in my head, and to go off script a bit, that's bad news. For upon entering an Earthling's consciousness from within the mindscape, this mental casemaker becomes a master of omniscionics, the ultimate in psychic energy, capable of doing just about anything within and tethered to the subject's brain. Soul removal, body possession, shape-shifting, telepathy, astral projection, psychokinesis, mass duplication, elemental conjuring, teleportation, illusion casting, voice mimicry, and body morphing. You know, reading it back, lost your mind doesn't belong in any joke, ever. Turns your nerves to supernovas, holy hell! That can be arranged, cause the second that universal rift shatters, exploding stars become cheap firecrackers. The 10-figure doomsday prophecy finally fulfills, and the true Eye of Providence opens. Free of all dimensional barricades, Bill achieves nigh omnipotence, ruling the royally screwed falls with his ruthless weirdness, specifically chaos magic. Quite possibly the strongest superpower of all time. The scaling psycho can freely tap into and command all unstable, destructive forces in the universe. Anthropomorphosis, mass matter manipulation, unlimited energy projection, evocation, weather modding, limb fabrication, mind control, chronokinesis, cell regeneration, even world creation. His physical form alone halts the flow of time itself. And if what he shows forward is true, dude can eat planets. Dead ass, we're dealing with quite possibly the strongest character in Western animation history, and even amongst the entire Disney pantheon. He's a meta-defining SS tier. It's primordial cosmic horror at its most charismatic. Almighty Power is awfully fun to watch, but kinda dumb to live with. So how does one conquer the god of geometric genocide? Well, it's thanks to Gravity Falls' amazing writing that the weaknesses are just as fun. I love how they made an invincible chaos deity believably defeatable by genuine commoners through very specialized lore. Bill's most iconic weakness is the Zodiac, a borderline biblical repellent that the ancient Gravity Falls natives originally discovered and used to temporarily defeat him. Though incredibly mysterious as to why and how it actually works, it definitely has worked for ages. 10 special symbols gathered hand in hand in a ring formation that, well, I only consider it a soft counter because it has never once killed Bill. It only ever banished him back to the mindscape. It's the flashiest band-aid I've ever seen. So, we're gonna have to think harder about this. He has the same catch as other classic demons. Because Bill is a fiend of the mind above all else, he eventually has to enter on equal terms with valuable subjects to get over his major goals. Through a deal via handshake or a summons via incantation. And the story written around his rise to divinity brilliantly capitalizes on this specific weakness. Only the Pines family can specifically break down the boundaries, blocking his path to no limits. Even in his ridiculously overpowered physical form, Bill can't leave Gravity Falls due to some strange energy that only Ford knows around.
Such cheap writing! I can tell that dumb idea was written with pencils, because they've only ever drawn one good thing around here, and that good thing is staring at me right in the mirror.
The climax all hinges on him coaxing Ford to let him back into his brain to learn how to break through, gravely threatening his great niece and nephew as persuasion. Bill's obsession with ultimate power, combined with his contractual style of possession, made him tunnel vision in the finale, aiding to his downfall. Coupled with his specific magical repellent, unicorn hair, which I theorize is because unicorns may be beings of order magic, the soft counter to chaos magic. Christ, I need a nap just reading this. Yeah, Ford shielded the Mystery Shack with that stuff, acting as a force field against even his strongest weirdness energy. Bill also shares a weakness of all magic users. Physical defense doesn't come passively, so he's open to any damage he doesn't specifically block. This is especially true for him considering that chaos magic is the single hardest magic to perform and control. That and he runs his mouth like a jet turbine.
I see everything! Ow! Not again! Why? Every time!
But his most compelling weakness came through one Fiddleford McGucket, Ford's legacy colleague and ex-sane man of science. Compelling in the fact that it took a single look upon Bill's true form after helping his friend build the universe portal is what drove him insane. Horrified by the cosmic depravity, McGucket sought immediate memory deletion, just to unsee the monster, eventually leading to his creation of the Blind Eye Society, the Memory Gun, and the hundreds of self-tests that led to his mental deterioration. God damn! This Men in Black blaster is the only weapon that can definitively kill Bill. Having complete domination of one's mind means that when it goes, you go with it. In one of the strongest character moments I've ever seen, Stan, the man we stan, volunteers to pose as his brother to trick and lure Bill into a cerebral blast chamber, taking the menace down with all of his own memories. To destroy a being all-powerful means invoking emotions beyond any power. everything it took to take Bill Cipher down, raises his simple but mad entertaining role as a bad guy to a paramount masterclass of high-stakes villainy. The cost was all that you hold priceless, regardless of the resulting open-endedness of Stan's sacrifice and Bill's death. A lot of evidence suggests that Bill could come back, just as Stan's memories did, or that he's even still in there. The impact of this finishing blow, and the fact that someone was brave enough to even take the chance. The finale showed Bill's only true weakness in physical form, his eye for power and not detail. Ironically, his surge of new ultimate strength took away the omniscience of his metaphysical form. During the finale, the cast can easily hide away from him, unlike pre-Weirdmageddon, and he couldn't see Ford and Stan's last attempt to trick him.
It was one tiny speck on his nose! You think I'm that kind of class act to stare at an old fox nose? They didn't even draw it triangular like a real nose! They cheated!
As massive and three-dimensional as Bill's power set is, the bones of his inner agenda aren't fancy architecture. In fact, we don't actually know what they're made of, since his true motives have never been definitively shared in any canonical material. So while we're forced to infer all of it, I don't think the roots grow too deep. From the beginning, in his home dimension, Bill hated living there, dubbing it a flat world of flat minds with flat dreams. Based on his tasteful response of burning the entire dimension alive, it's clear it's nothing but kicks, and not the disgusting cereal, the most dangerous of all motives. Him mutilating entire planes of existence out of boredom tells us all. To him, it's just a game with a fully destructible engine and admin commands, and he's going for 100%. I'm not about to lie and say that's terribly interesting, but it's the kind of thing that feels illegal. No, you gotta have something. You have to follow rules. You have to warrant logic.
Look, buddy, listen to yourself. Do you respect clowns who just tell you what game to play? Yeah, stop having fun right now, you stupid plank. Play nuts and bolts, Logan. Play it. What do you tell them?
No! Son of a bitch. You got a point.
Yep, 3 of them.
Well, one's plenty. For fun. For fun! That's all the motivation this demented graph paper doodle needs to obliterate worlds, breed cataclysm, and preach supernal child murder on live Disney airtime!
Incidentally, supernatural child murder is the name of my old high school band!
I've got some children I need to make into corpses!
Psycho!
When those violin strings start playing, you kids better start running! I'm gonna disassemble your molecules!
So, omnipotence? That's your goal?
Yep, pretty much.
Fair enough, it's a badass word. I've read various fan theories that Bill may have loneliness to blame for his anarchy, considering that he frequently partners with humans in a friendly tone. And I'm gonna call bull on that, considering how he double crosses every one of them in advance. He just uses them. In an abstract way, this could be because he realizes nothing is as powerful as him, thus organic chemistry just doesn't work for him. Cosmic loneliness, but given that he destroyed his world and parents out of boredom, don't want him to get bored. Why do you think I live to entertain? It's the only way I can live.
But you're always amusing anyway, Beanpole, so I tell them that like they can do something about it.
Yep, never without inspiration. Damn, you want inspiration? Look no further than this guy's accomplishment checklist. I was a bit scared to tackle Bill second, because it's borderline unfair for every other villain to live up to such a shiny resume.
Live? Ha! Cute, pal.
Yeah, poor choice of words there. This list is enormous in scope, as even before debuting in a single episode, Billy C's been ravaging every realm for trillions of years. So this is only the stuff you can safely hear. This monster has single-handedly obliterated an entire dimension, murdered his parents in seethingly hot blood, usurped an entire plane of existence, the Nightmare Realm, and ruled it for millions of millennia, caused an indeterminate amount of humans to kill or psychologically purge themselves out of sheer fear, successfully tricked Ford into building the universe portal and severing the flow of space-time, indirectly causing Stan and Ford's disastrous falling out, thus trapping Ford in omnidimensional limbo, surely inflicted two little kids with substantial trauma, especially Dipper, successfully blasted the dimensional boundaries and brought about a wacky cosmic apocalypse, destroyed the entire time continuum task force and its chronokinetic master in a single blast, physically but not mentally petrified every secondary resident of Gravity Falls and built a throne out of them. And while I'm not 100% sure if it's fan-made or official, apparently his long journey of puppeting humans led to the Egyptians creating the pyramids in his image, and even George Washington inscribing him as a symbol of the US's $1. What the dick? That's why they're called dollar bills?
What'd I tell you, Bean Dip? Number one since 7 trillion BA!
BA?
Before always!
He might just be right. What may, in my whimsically specialized opinion, be the apex of vilified animation. Bill Cipher not only literally lives in my mind rent-free, he's the one who collects. To finally pay him all the awe and ovation I rightfully owe him. I wasn't kidding when I deemed it an honor, even with Disney's decades of antagonist prestige. Their shiny new supernal cyclops that turns Earth to sky in the blink of an eye is a personal peak for their army of do-batters. It's been a long time since any villain has left me feeling so compellingly intense, with truly engaging inspirations and such amazing passion put into the details. Funny, scary, imaginative, powerful, even profound and innovative, making the series that made him a twin of identical excellence. Just, Jesus Christ, unreal job, Alex.
Yeah, oh, you mean, right, got it.
That was Unmasked. I'm Fawful's Minion, and you have my thanks. Farewell.
Stay paranoid!
And now, give it up for the high-tier patrons. A4X Guy, Akuma Kuma, Alex S. Warrior, Alfredo Jones, Antasma Akumu, Arctic Kaiju, Azazel the Undying, BF Rio, Beast Gamer, Burn 100B, Chibi Emiko, Kortamanch 437, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Diamond Ice, Double N, Eddie Toxpin, Eileen Tayasi, Emerald 192, Emily Infinite, Falku, Fencer de Rio, Flame Chocobo, GamerFan64, Goldsbro, TSG, Hero for Life, Ignitalis Gaming, Jake the Snake Arenstom, Jobot.11, Josie Baird, Justin Beliveau, JW Goji Fan, K-Dog, Kirby 484, Nightmare Steel, Kyle Wee 21, Love, Lucario Smash 246, Luke Johnston, Maze Arcana, Masao, Mathtron 5000, Matthew Smith, Morgan Arvite, Nathaniel Sterling, Panther J, Patrick Sandlin, Peter Shepard, put 9V in Smash Bros, please. Renaku, Lord of Shadow, Roberto del Fuego, Shining Silvally 777, Shiro THR, Skellington 977, Spencer Studios, The Gag Reflex, The Ultimate Sora, Thomas Drury, Tubazo 1989, Zay Zandeler, Exaox, Zack Attacker, Alpha Red, Anna Roloffs, Daniel Nance, Kairu Shinobi, Konaru, Luigi the Waddle Dee, Munchrai, Nova Strife, Philip Cross, Anthony Lucero, Anxiety, Augie and Panichu, Crunchy Boy, Dr. Dark 7, Mailman 019, Mitchell Roberts, and Shade 2800. May we meet again!